I will say that Helene really tested our strength, but what was revealed is our spirit.
This time last year, Cass Santander watched her community crumble under the floodwaters of Hurricane Helene, and then she began to watch it rebuild.
Month after month, week after week, we're seeing businesses reopen, and each one really feels like a collective win. I mean, we have all been through so much, and we're invested in each other's success and revival in this moment.
In her role at marketing organization Explore Asheville, she gets an inside look at different communities throughout the area and the people who live among the Blue Ridge Mountains.
There's literally almost every outdoor activity under the sun in Asheville, so depending on your ability, your interest, the Blue Ridge Parkway is an ideal place to start. It's the nation's longest national park.
Last month, Santander says a critical section of that parkway opened back up. And now you can drive 38 continuous miles starting at the Folk Art Center, winding through the mountains, which she says have been drawing creatives to the area for years.
What you have is a community of people that are united by our natural beauty. They have that in common, but are, propelling forward their creative ideas. So it's an exciting place to live. It's just this beautiful juxtaposition of ancient mountains and progressive, innovative ideas that are leading us into the future.
A future, she says, is looking bright thanks to help from local visitors.
More than 90% of our hospitality-facing businesses, so restaurants, attractions, breweries, shops, lodging locations, have all reopened. So the things that you know and love about Asheville are here, and they're ready to have you back. Hospitality and tourism makes up 20% of our county's GDP, so 20% of our county's economy. So we're talking about people's livelihoods. And Helene all but washed that out for those 2 months. Many businesses rely on fall tourism. And so this year, it's really about, coming back stronger than ever, making up for what was lost, and supporting the creative community that we have, because they are assets and they are here for everyone to enjoy.
Tourism has been, in some ways, a bedrock of this area, and that hasn't changed.
It's what Corner Kitchen co-owner Vanessa Salomo has learned over her years working at the restaurant.
If you're looking for a bite to eat, Corner Kitchen sits in the Biltmore Village. It's been here a staple in the community for more than 20 years, serving everything from brunch to dinner.
We call it Pan-American, so that means that you can get anything from a really good burger to a really lovely cut of fish or to a really good local piece of meat.
The restaurant is no stranger to flooding, but Salomo says this time was different.
We knew we were going to get flooded, and we thought, okay, this could be like '04, it could be a little bit less, but I don't think we ever imagined it to be as much as it was. And nobody did, right? I mean, it was just unprecedented, and it was what they called a 1,000-year storm.
But after 10 months of cleaning and completely redoing the interior, Corner Kitchen is open and ready to serve.
We are about 20% capacity right now in the village. We're hoping by the end of the year, 50% would have opened back up. And then going into Q1 and Q2 of next year, closer to 100%. So the excitement is there for everybody to come back. And, you've got the Biltmore Estate that's just across from us. There's so much to do and see in Asheville, and that hasn't changed, right? You've got the Upper River Arts District. I know they're rebuilding the lower.
If you're looking to tap into your inner artist, Local Cloth is a good place to come. Not only do they have pieces from local artists, but also you can try your own spin at it.
In 2 hours, you can be in a place where every fiber artist's fantasy comes true.
Whether it's taking lessons or browsing the retail store, Judy Jetson says her store has something for everyone.
You can buy the fiber that you want if you're a spinner or a felter. You can buy yarn that's local, all different colors, sparkly or neutral, whatever you go for. This, we have felted soap, we have cards that have been made on handmade paper, and we have eco-printing. I mean, it's just, you can find anything you want in this store.
She started the nonprofit organization in 2011 to help grow the local fiber economy. Over the years, the business has grown, now offering classes with a brick-and-mortar building and more than 500 members. But that growth was temporarily stunted this time last year.
I can't believe we've been closed for a year. I can't believe that it took this long to reopen. Somehow I thought, I could just get a guy to come in and put up new walls and clean off the floors and it would be open. And it wasn't. It was like a huge thing. So in some ways, I feel like we've been working at it for years. I almost forget what it was like when it was easy to come in here and sit in my studio space and spin. It's just so long. But on the other hand, it was just a moment. Just a moment ago, that was a big mess, and now here it is beautiful, in fact, more beautiful than it was before.
The building was completely destroyed and all the fiber art washed away and ruined. Now Jetson's store is officially back open thanks to help from her community.
I can't even tell you how proud I was to be part of an organization of people who just rolled up their sleeves and did it. That's sort of how people are who live in this part of the country, I think. We don't just sit around and talk about things. We just make it happen. I don't know, it was great and it was awful both at the same time. I don't know how else to say it.
After you've checked out the softer material, maybe you're ready to try something a little different. Let's go see what Foundation Woodworks has to offer.
Jacqueline Oliver remembers the destruction from Helene like it was yesterday.
I mean, honestly, it was hard to comprehend. It was shocking. This whole area was underwater. We were unsure what the next step was going to be because we at that point were we've lost everything.
The co-owner of Foundation Woodworks says they started taking it day by day.
My husband and we talked about it and we're like, what if we just try to not close? One day at a time. Let's just try to see if we can not close our business. And it just kind of one thing led to another.
Now they're in a tent, eager for visitors to come by.
You can come see us, come see woodworking. You can see woodworkers live in action when you come by into our gallery.
Providing artists with that space is important, Oliver explains.
Woodworking space is really difficult to come by in a lot of cities, but especially Asheville, where real estate it's at a premium. So a lot of times woodworkers starting out, they need a place to work, and budget can also be a hindrance. It's really expensive to set up a woodworking shop, so we offer kind of a lower entry into a woodworking career where they can come, they can just have a bench and start their business pretty quickly in a prime spot in Asheville in the River Arts District and close to a lot of things going on, so they can kind of get hooked in with business and sell their work in the gallery.
Now more than 60 woodworkers are represented in that gallery, with classes starting up in the fall so visitors can learn how it works. It also coincides with Oliver's goal to get back in a permanent building. They're planning to be back next month.
That is our deadline. October is so important for Asheville. It is our main month of tourism. We have a lot of people coming to see the beautiful fall colors. It's our biggest month.
I think that the timing is going to be perfect because it's beautiful over here this time of year.
If you're looking for a one-stop shop to check out hundreds of local artists and vendors, the Marquee is the perfect place for you to come. Let's head inside and check it out.
We try to hit every aspect from interior design, exterior garden, apparel. There's a bar and future restaurants coming to Marquee, so it offers a lot.
After almost 3 years since founding the Marquee, Robert Nicholas was worried it was destroyed in mere hours during the storm.
Now you're in survival mode for your family, recovery mode for your business. It was rough. I would not want to go back to that time, but it took a few months to, kind of revision again. Do we want to do this again? Felt like, I was pretty numb, and it took a while to see things in color again.
But that color slowly started to come back. Now, after months of construction, the Marquee is just days from reopening.
It's going to look like walking into some place you've never been before, but there are familiar aspects of what we really loved about Marquee that'll be coming back.
The Marquee represents over 350 artists, antique dealers, and makers. When it reopens, Nicholas says 75% of the vendors are coming back.
It was really a no-brainer that the River Arts District of Asheville is the coolest place I've ever been in my life. And I want to be helping to bring that back. And I think that Marquee is a big part of our community, locking arms again. And so, I was glad that the switch flipped. I was glad that we decided to settle on it, and there's no looking back. You want to come over. It's a beautiful time of the year that's happening over here, and come and help support, help us to jumpstart these businesses again.
While many businesses in the Asheville area are focused on reopening, some are opening for the very first time. Let's go see inside Cruisco.
Lots of vegetables, but not vegetarian. Lots of seafood, but not a seafood restaurant.
Alan Clark and the 3 other co-owners opened the restaurant just over a month ago.
It's a small, intimate space. Food-wise, I think the default for restaurants should be farm to table, but I think what sets us apart in that arena is that our relationships with the farmers in the area. So, Gaining Ground and Culinary Gardener, we've known them for a long time. We have access to world-class vegetables in this area. So that's our big thing, as local and small as possible.
And supporting that local community and serving people in the area is Cruisco's focus, especially as it works toward recovery.
Opening a new restaurant, particularly in the River Arts District, there are a lot of businesses that weren't able to reopen, a lot of businesses, like you said, that are just now reopening. So it's, we know that we haven't gone through a lot of what a lot of other businesses have, because we are brand new, but it is nice to be a part of the rebuild. It's an awesome neighborhood in Asheville, and it just feels really special.
And after a long day of exploring the Asheville area, if you're looking for a drink or two to end the night, then you can head over to Zillicoa Beer Company. Let's go see inside.
You come here and you're going to find a lot of familiar faces.
Jeremy Chasner started the brewery with his brothers and one of their best friends in 2017, right along the bank of the French Broad River.
Which, under normal circumstances, serves us really well. Last September, it did not. Clearly, the water came into this building 6 feet and washed away everything. Clearly, the water came into this building 6 feet and washed away everything.
Now, you wouldn't be able to tell, except for the remnants sitting in display cases along the wall, marking the storm's crest.
How do you even describe that type of thing, We lived through Hurricane Andrew. We've never even seen anything like this. It was wild. Everything you see right here, this entire room, completely empty, nothing but mud. It was heartbreaking.
But heartbreak slowly turned to hope as they worked to rebuild, thanks to support from all across the country through words of encouragement and GoFundMe donations.
It's more of a feeling than something you can describe. It's pride, it's gratitude, it's a beautiful thing to see community come together, and this community has come together big time.
Now, a year later, Zillicoa is back open, ready for visitors.
Time has kind of folded on itself, where it feels like it's been a million years, and also I can't believe that it's been just about a year.
The bustling brewery stands in stark contrast to the immediate aftermath of the storm.
It was a couple months when we were saying, please don't come to Asheville, because our resources were so limited. I'm talking essentials, food, water, gas. So I think that narrative has kind of kept going in some people's minds. You kind of fall out of the news cycle and the last thing people heard was stay away. It's very much not the case anymore. We are very open for business. We are very, ready to have tourism back. And yeah, all I can really say is come on to Asheville, and we've got tons of breweries, tons of bars, tons of restaurants, and stuff. We're still not 100% back open, but there's plenty to do here right now.
There's lots to do, and really, anytime someone comes in and we're purposely coming to Asheville, we want to spend time here, we love it here, it really lifts our spirits. To be yes, please, you're coming, go home and tell your friends.
It's just important to let folks know that we're open and ready for people to come and see us, and they are, and especially from our drive markets like you, and Charlotte, and Atlanta, and Greenville, because we're here, and I think people were waiting for that to happen, and now with the fall colors, people are coming back. We're seeing that happening right now. but we also have such support in this local community too.
It's worth the 2-hour drive because you can really experience anything, any lingering dream that has been on your bucket list. If you want to take a pottery class, if you want to try glass blowing, if you want to kayak, it's all right here. We are so lucky to have cultural assets in this space and in such proximity to natural beauty. And yeah, right now it's the best time.
In Asheville, I'm Sam Perez.